Yeah, that's the
24.
Wait, this
Is the brake car behind? Whose car? What's the name? One's car lah.
this is
This is one's car.
okay. I know. But look at this. Look at this.
Fresh, huh?
You open up the meter and
Yeah. We open up.
right,
If you spray back the meter.
spray back. You see, walao eh, it looks brand new. It looks like it just came out from the factory way.
Yeah.
Right. So, hey, damn cool. Look at this. This is where you on and off the lights, right?
Yep. Same as the E30 lah.
Yeah, so cool. At first, just now I heard when you came into the room, I thought you said this was the E34.
No, I said this is similar to E34. E34 had the word electronic there.
Yeah, electronic.
I was wondering whether this has the same wording. Yes,
Yeah.
and fair enough, it has the same wording.
Yeah. So E34, but you know the what you call it, the odometer.
Yeah.
Is gear.
No, that's what I'm saying. The word electronic means
Yeah.
there is no physical connection to the meter to the car.
Yeah.
It's purely driven by electronics.
Yes. Basically, from these two, where the cable.
Yeah. So this is from a Cayenne. You see,
It takes
Cayenne,
because
then,
these electronic meters, they take reading from I believe the wheel speed sensor. Kan?
Yeah.
Correct.
Actually, it is from the ECU. ECU gets from the apa nama dia?
ABS module.
Yeah. So to put you into perspective, like Wira meter.
Yeah.
You can tap the Wira meter. To if let's say it's not working, like can tap and put the sensor and tap the temperature.
Oh.
Do all that stuff.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
You can't do with BMW or with Cayenne.
Yes.
Because this is through a CAN bus.
Correct.
For Cayenne is through the thing. Okay, that one not CAN bus, but
Correct.
the ECU must be reactive enough
Yep.
to be able to read the readings, send the reading
Wow.
back to the. This is basic lah,
This is very, very basic. Eh?
and this is like 97. You know.
This is the Vira SE meter. Look at this face.
Yeah.
Right. Look at behind. This is the one where the speedometer cable goes in, lah. Right.
Correct.
Right. Wow. This is mechanical.
Yeah. So you see, that's like 1984. E34 is what?
E34. You say this came from E34. I'm impressed already, but came from E24. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm mind blown.
Thank you.
So, wow.
Yeah, E24, and this one is, this is facelift lah.
Facelift. This one based on the.
But even the pre-facelift, same thing also.
Oh, really?
But E24 is the one of the very few, if not the only BMW where the facelift or pre-facelift is from two different chassis.
Oh yes. The E24 pre-facelift is E12. The facelift is E20, which is damn weird because the cars look almost identical from the outside.
I don't know how is the chassis different, how they made it work. I have no idea.
I don't know how it even makes sense.
Maybe it is the. Actually, I don't know. I want to guess, but no, I shouldn't.
Back then, they still made decisions by engineers, lah. You know.
Yeah,
engineers still control the conversation.
About it, you're right, lah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
every day I go through a point where I learn something new. And I think the biggest thing you have is you must have humility about cars.
Yes.
Because there's no way any mechanic, any shop, any person will know everything about cars. You know?
Cannot. You know, the day I was just having this conversation with somebody, right? That, you know, the car, with Luo Baofeng that day at the event in Setiala, right? We were just marveling at how amazingly reliable the car is. Any car. You can take any car.
I think that's to do with our standards.
Right? How amazingly reliable any car is, right? Given the complexity of the machinery. You know? And I was relating it to planes, right? You can say that, okay, planes are more complex. Yes. Right? I was relating an example to planes, but planes are also designed to be flown by trained people.
I think plane, actually is a good analogy. Okay. Because I have a friend who's a pilot, who's a customer, that's an E38.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the whole Air India disaster.
Yeah.
And I said, how could it have failed?
Yeah.
And how the plane failed was they lost thrust.
Yes.
The short symbol, they lost thrust.
Yeah.
And because how could it lost thrust?
Yeah.
And because they lost thrust on both engines at the same time, that's why you see there's a dip.
It was a dual engine failure, right?
Yes, dual engine failure. And what could have caused the dual engine failure? Could be a lot of things like could be because of debris stuck in the fuel pump.
Correct.
Could be because of electronic, whatever it was,
Yeah.
And one of the major thoughts was to do a vapor lock.
Yeah.
Vapor lock, both sides, hot, day, whatever.
Yeah.
But what I said and done, the thing was, Boeing has something that Airbus doesn't do.
Mm.
Airbus has a mechanical link to the jet turbines.
Oh.
In the case of failure, the jet turbines go full open mode. To a full open mode, whereby if you burn the engine long enough, the engine will fail. Like in case of failure, because jet turbine engines work as that you dump fuel like a diesel engine, it just burn.
Yeah.
You can't stop it.
Runaway diesel, like what we said.
Correct. So, and upon failure, the Airbus systems have a mechanical link whereby it will just like as if like a dead man fish. No?
It will flip open.
Flip open, and the jet turbines will full open and become like a rocket plane. They gotta maneuver the bloody hell the thing to safety because it will go full blast.
Basically the dead man switch is full throttle.
Full throttle gear to the point that if you do it long enough, the engine can fail like a crazy power.
Yes.
Okay, that is the one. That is the power they have with with Airbus.
Yeah.
Airbus still follows the old system by there's a mechanical failure whatever, and it just goes on that mode.
Correct.
And full.
Correct.
Boeing went fully electronic, fully this thing whereby there is no physical mechanical link to the turbines.
Yeah.
So what happened was that there's no system in place to cause that. Because everything else, you talk about the flap never open.
Yeah.
The flap wasn't open when they pick off. Of course, the alarm will come off.
Correct.
So no way can you go off without the alarm, without the flap is open. I mean, it's down like So the flap was there, everything was there. It was a pure issue of engine failure, and the reason behind it was on full reliance on electronics.
No, the funny thing, here's an interesting contrast. With a car, right, the fail-safe is engine go to limp mode.
Correct.
You bring the car to a stop.
Exactly. So,
but a plane on the air, you cannot bring the plane to a stop.
So with a plane, the fail-safe is give full power.
Yeah.
Because at least then the pilot can maneuver out and go out.
Yes.
On a car, the fail-safe is give me free gear.
Yeah.
To safety.
Correct.
So, example, BMW do this. When a gearbox fails in a BMW, you know what happens?
What happens?
It will engage the most neutral gear position for you to go safe mode. In most cases, whereby it's a 5-speed gearbox.
Yeah, the third or fourth gear.
Third gear.
Yeah.
6-speed gearbox, the fourth gear.
Yeah.
That's a 1 ratio. No power is stupid, but the gearbox will practically kill itself.
Yeah.
To get the safety.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Now here's the kicker. So you got all these things there. For the case of, let's say, talking about use sensor, right? In the case it can't detect, the car will restrict power.
Yes.
BMW power will restrict it because why? It can't sense the event sensors, so power is restricted. Your power is limp mode. You can't go.
Yeah. Actually, this happened to my E39 before. The car went to transmission fail-safe pro.
Because of
ABS. I was like,
okay,
what? Really?
Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, bro. We're talking about place, we're talking about ICE, right? Talking about EV. Same analogy as Airbus.
Yeah.
On a BYD, sorry BYD, the case that happened, the guy in the highway, the car went to a stop. So driving the car on the highway, 100 km whatever.
Yeah.
Car suddenly went and braked and just slammed on the brake and whole car panic. Kids flew, hit the windshield. The car just slammed brakes. And the guy after that, what I call the repaired, but he couldn't take it. He sold the car, the EV car. You know why it happened, man?
Actually, why? I never followed that case.
The door got a sensor, door open or not.
Oh.
One of the sensors, the door failed.
Oh,
so the car thought the door was open and it immediately cut off power and stopped the car. Not even cruise the car or coast the car. The car went a complete deadlock, like jammed the brakes, jammed the rev trainer because it was trying to protect the people in the car because the door was open. Oh bro!
Well, in a way, I can't fault the logic, but it's flawed.
Because it's like on the normal car, you press on, car on. When you open the door, car will off by itself.
Correct.
A lot of hybrids, a lot of EV do that, and the car is stationary.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yes.
Not when moving, lah, bro.
Yeah. No, when moving, right, the correct thing to do is to cut power. Is to gradually cut power.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Put it to coasting mode.
I know. So you see, this is whereby you may be looking on paper. You said, "Oh, got a mosquito here. 2 + 2 = 4." You know, formula.
Yeah.
But what is the fail-safe mechanism? In the case of Airbus and in the whole thing there, it's purely electrical. I don't blame the pilots. Because the pilots are all well trained, bro. They are machines, bro.
Yeah.
The pilots are like their reaction time is like within seconds they react and they do this. They are machines. If they can fly, they'll fly.
Correct.
And the reason they fail is because something happened that's electronical. Lost power. What can they do? It's a brick, and the fact he maneuvered and crashed at that place instead of the more popular place, he did what he can, lah.
Yeah.
So fail-safe systems are very important. And for a long time with me, EVs, one of my thing about EV is that I was fearful in the initial years when an EV car goes over, let's say, a divider or a ramp or a pole. Many cases, if you look up undercarriage battery puncture, and in fact, even in UK and stuff, there are places whereby when you park illegally, there's some places whereby they put the pole out. The pole came out and punctured the battery, and there was a case of a Taycan in Stapa, whereby the worker, Bangladeshi worker, he put the car on a hoist. Shit, this mosquitoes can't kill us. He put the car on a hoist at a Taycan.
Got it.
New Taycan, bro.
Oh, shucks.
Okay, and they put the mounting point. Instead of mounting point, they put on the battery floor. And it was heavy one. And one of it slipped and it punctured the battery compartment.
Oh shit.
The shop caught fire, bro.
Holy shit.
I
didn't hear this.
So yeah, I will Google up now. Maybe I can say Taycan fire.
Where? Stapa.
I think it was Stapa.
Let me find also.
Lift. Yeah, it was a case that happened. Stapa, I would say the keyword is hoist. Was in a hoist. Was a workshop. Was in a hoist, and it caught fire.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So I find it like but that happened. So I had a fear of that in the initial years, because they made the thing strong structurally.
Yeah.
About impact, whatever. But the bottom impact was the issue. When the car goes over a hump and slams over a divider, that's the issue. You know?
Oh, this one, May. It happened in May.
This year, is it? Last year.
It's been Bukit Jalil Highway.
Okay, I think it was in a workshop.
A workshop.
Happened in a workshop itself.
Oh, but it didn't say due to a Taycan.
No, it was a Taycan in a workshop. The worker put the hoist and put the wrong mounting point.
Oh shit!
And injured. I think even Adrian Mark did a video on that. So it's a thing. So now coming back, that's a concern.
Yes.
But lately, as what we saw in the BMW event went to, they made that part. They've invested a lot of money now to make that part strong.
Correct.
The aluminum they have there is crazy strong, bro. They made it very strong. That's the biggest thing they're now focusing on to make it stronger.
Yeah.
That's one. My second fear of EV is that now, for example, Tesla, there's no thing to pull the door. There's a button you press to open the door.
Correct.
Okay. Again, Google up. There's this guy in US. He was stuck in the car. Car battery flat. He was stuck and there was hot.
Yeah.
Couldn't get out of the car because there is no way to open the door. Battery was flat.
Yeah.
Zero battery. And then finally afterwards he got out, like, no? And then they said, "Oh, how can they do this and all that stuff?" And then they came back with Tesla said, "There's a emergency release button." Did you know there's an emergency release?
Yeah.
There's a piece of cloth under the door.
Correct.
The back,
It's hidden one.
Hidden.
Yes.
So the thing is, it's not visible.
Ah.
People who are old,
Yeah.
people who are not aware,
Yeah.
and it's something that you don't like publicly say out or visible, whatever.
Yeah.
That's an issue, you know.
No, the whole thing for me is, why do you want to? Why do you just not have a manual?
What is the benefit of having a control,
Correct.
button control, when you already have a mechanism as a fail-safe to do that?
Correct.
That means you can never do away with that.
Correct.
So, like, give example. Again, this is me speculating, not fact. Not the guy who passed away in the I-7 on the highway, the young boy, 18 years old.
What happened? I didn't know that.
There's a crash.
Wow.
It's a big case. The I-7 went to accident.
Yeah.
Chef One's partners.
Okay.
When the fire was happening, and this lady survived cancer and all that stuff like that. You can look it up. The girlfriend got out of the car.
Yes.
He was stuck in the car. They can see him shouting, "Help me, help me." He could not open the door, bro.
Oh.
It's electric. So my biggest fear with EV is, fine enough, all that is, I've got this phobia.
Yeah.
My phobia is real, by any car that's too advanced in EV, my phobia is, what if my wife drives the car and she panic? Not me. When they panic, they can't get out of the car.
Correct.
What is
It
the
is
fail-safe mechanism? Is a mechanism such a way that in case of fire, the lock opens. Is that a feature you write in?
Yeah.
Which is why I love the BYD Atto 3.
Why?
Because it's a very simple car. It's manual operated. Everything in the car is very manual.
Yeah.
It's just an EV platform.
Yes.
It drives like an ICE, especially it's soft, not very hard. It's comfortable. Point A, point B, I get there. I feel safe in BYD Atto 3.
Yeah.
Because it's not trying to be anything. It's a car.
Yeah. Actually, all these button opening car doors, right? To me, it's just dumb.
So, to me, the Atto 3 is a good value because why? It's cheap. It's there. It's honest. Whatever that we have tested in the last 50 years of car manufacturing, it's there. And much more is EV drivetrain. When you go too advanced, try to make the car not look like an ICE for the sake of doing that.
Yeah.
Like headlights.
Yeah.
What happens in 10 years or 7 years when the headlights and fancy EVs fail? You can't really replace them. You can't.
It's not a simple bulb replacement job, you know.
Correct. They're all thin lights and all that stuff. So my point is, what possessed you to change that? All you're complaining about was a drivetrain.
Yeah.
Fix the drivetrain, make it better, comfortable, and move on.
Yeah. You know, like right now, even Pro Duo, right? I think all their cars now are using full LED headlights already. I remember I did ask them, hey, you know your people are not most of your customers are not T40 people, are not T20 people.
So people will buy the aftermarket, will modify, and they'll use that. So my point being is that there's a reason we went through a process of evolution of car manufacturing.
Yeah.
Doors, safety, seat belts,
correct,
seatbelt tensioner.
Yes.
You know, our steering, how our steering is located.
Correct.
Like I'm not sure, for example, Peugeot, and I'm sure it's safer, but I can't comprehend the steering on the Peugeot is chest height.
Correct.
It's not your shoulder height. It's chest height. In the case of impact, what will happen? And I'm sure the steering will pull back and seatbelt, but what will I look like? What's my whiplash like? Airbag going off. I just cannot watch it. So I am a person that I'm stuck with what I know that works.
Yeah.
I know airbag should be here. It's going on an angle. It comes here, my face, this chest. No, I've been a position where airbag went off. I've been there. You know, so I've experienced that. I know how it feels like.
Yeah, not fun.
Not fun, bro.
Not fun.
You know? So yeah, I think that, like I said, like, you know, fail-safe mechanism, like, it's important. But how far do you push it and where do you push it?
Correct. I think for me, door should just stay mechanical opening lah. It doesn't make a
100%
no.
when you build in a feature to have a mechanical release.
It's like you for nothing. You just add the thing there for the sake of adding it there. You know, I mean, at least like for example, like now I don't like the whole touch screen thing going on right now
Yeah.
with cars, but I can see why it makes sense
Okay, I'll give you one.
to the car makers.
Audi.
Ah,
What do you get by putting a side mirror that is digital screen?
oh
No, what potential benefit? What your drag coefficient went down by 0.03? For goodness sake,
yeah,
get a
man.
life lah.
Yeah, man. Hey, the cost of replacing if let's say the camera breaks, whew,
I don't. Okay, this is me. Replacement is arguable. I get it.
yeah,
My only concept is I'm a very engineering focused person.
yeah,
Fail safe.
yes,
I'm driving the car.
yes,
It fails. Can I continue my journey or not?
yes.
Can the screen fail on a LCD? Very, very
Very
likely.
likely, much more likely than the mirror to fail.
Mirror will not fail.
Mirror may fall
Bro,
off.
I can't even drive a car with a rear view and all that. I feel comfortable to drive from near my shop.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know?
Yes.
Park the car, whatever.
Yeah.
People immediately will change out a rear mirror,
Yeah.
side mirror, because when it breaks up, because they cannot drive the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
The car becomes undrivable because we're so used to driving for
Oh.
safety.
Oh yes.
Been
Remember
there, right?
a few years ago, right? The time we were doing this event in Eco Ardens,
Oh, the drone.
the drone dropped on my side mirror. I was like, wow, the whole drive home
Scary,
is so scary. Eh?
So now, think about this now. So what possessed them to do that?
Actually, now I have this question: how did our fathers do it back then with one side mirror?
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know why not?
Yeah.
Okay. I know when I bought my brand new Vera back in
It would have been
202. 202. 1.3 Vera manual.
Hoyo.
Aero back.
Hoyo.
Champagne gold.
Hoyo.
From factory it came with Monroe because I got it changed before it came out. So anyway, I had to pay extra for the driver's side mirror.
Huh?
So the listing from Proton was
No way.
you pay extra. So car price is there. Number plate extra. Number plate extra. Okay, arguable. But I said, why must I pay a side mirror? It's only one side mirror comes free with the car, which is the left side.
No way.
Of course, way. Driver's side was optional.
Optional.
Optional extra. So you pay for the one driver side because why? Your side mirror, basically when you tilt, you get to see the side.
Correct.
So this side was compulsory.
Yeah.
This side was mandatory, which is why back then you see a lot of they had the fender based side mirror. Because side mirrors are compulsory on that side.
But no, have you driven a car with a fender mounted side mirror before?
I have, but the original fender mounted side mirror, it was a Toyota. It was a Toyota like some old KE or some whatever. They're not too far in front lah. They're just basically a quarter way the fender only.
I wonder how they adjust.
They can't.
You have to go down and adjust, right?
Down and just come back like. So I think it's fine. Because all we all know is that is there something there or not.
Yeah.
Now mirrors are good because we can see that, actually got a car. Oh, there's a Proton. They can see the car. Back then, not really a requirement, but it's okay lah. I'm okay driving with that.
But do you feel blind spot assist is an essential feature today?
I think it's a nuisance lah.
Nuisance. You know what was funny? That day I was driving on LDP. It was night time lah, right? So and nowadays this blind spot.
Stop on. How you feel? This is this is what it does. Because the least you got scared. The least when you expect.
Yeah.
It's like you're driving the car.
Yeah.
Why say, hey, Kota coming? Like, what the fuck? I'm driving the car.
No, but this one is just the visual one lah. Honestly, if every time it beep also,
Sorry, But you get the concept, right?
I get the concept. No, what I was going to say was that I was driving on LDP, right? And you know when you drive past a car with blind spot warning, you know it one because you can see the thing blinking on the side mirror.
Yeah.
So that day I saw it on, you know what, a first gen Myvi lah. I was like, wow, these people are retrofit. These things are now available for retrofit now.
Yeah. But the thing is this. I think it's called sensory deprivation lah. When there's overstimulus. So when there's a thing there which just blinks, you will just switch off.
True.
You won't look at it. You know, I don't think it deserves purpose because unless your blind spot assist has a light that is mounted inside the cabin, it makes more sense. But it makes my drive that much more stressful.
Volvo did that one. Volvo, their blind spot system is actually their first gen one, right?
Yeah.
Is mounted at the base of the door one.
Yeah, so that is better, but it makes for much more stressful driving experience.
Yeah.
Because I think over time, when we drive, it's almost automatic. We don't think about driving. When we drive, we just drive, listen to music, we just drive. Our subconscious mind takes over.
Yeah.
There's a car there, there's a car here, turn, whatever. We don't need that kind of stuff. You know? Back then, we used to hold the phone and drive. Totally fine, bro. I never got an accident or no issue, whatever. So, as people progress, they're like, oh, I want this and that. I think it makes for a way more stressful environment. Not a fan of that.
Yeah, true.
The only system I like on this modern ones are the adaptive cruise control.
Yeah, in traffic jam days, hallelujah, man.
That one I appreciate, it's quite fun, it's quite nice. Yeah. But that makes it worse because why? That's when I'm on my phone, I see my YouTube video and I drive. So maybe it's not a good idea.
Terrible idea.
So yeah, so maybe in hindsight, it's not a good thing.
But yeah, it's always a two sides to the coin, right? Because if let's say like the reason for accidents is actually most of it is actually 100% of it is human error lah. You can boil down to human error, right? So if the machines can take over the driving, it eliminates significantly reduces the what?
Yes and no.
But I believe what will happen is hey, so
that's okay.
What will happen is people is that in the event of an actual catastrophe, it will be severe. Because the cause of accident will be something like machine breakdown or something like that.
I think we put a bigger burden when it's a machine error versus a human error. So I'm not against human or human, but this is my thing lah. In any system, like a closed system, like an engine point of view, is the unpredictable part of it is the issue. What it means is, if you said that overnight, anybody entering Putrajaya, must drive autonomous car and cannot control, it'll be 100% safe.
Correct.
When you have half people who are not autonomous and half
that is where
the problem is not the autonomous part, or the problem is the driver part.
Yes.
If everybody was driving cars that of a similar age, totally safe.
Correct.
When someone drives a 30-year-old E36 and someone has a Hilux from 225 in an accident, there's no match, bro.
No chance. No chance.
Correct. NCAP, 18, whatever.
Yeah.
Similarly, when someone has an autonomous car, someone driving a human driving the car, the issue is the mismatch of technology, mismatch of people, the unpredictable aspect of it.
Correct.
So unless we have, let's say like our virus, our virus for COVID, antivirus, your vaccine, let's say 30% adoption rate for Teslas in Malaysia, or 30% of cars that are self-autonomous driving capable, then you make it legal. Until you reach that critical point, I wouldn't make it legal in Malaysia.
Yeah, because the thing is there, right? When Sometimes people drive with emotions on the road, and they forget that, right? The robot has no emotion, one.
The robot does the right thing.
Yeah.
For example, you're going there and you just cut in,
Yeah.
and therefore and they got mad at the wife lah.
Yeah.
They say screw you, and they just turn and whack you. The robot, okay, will see in front there's a car, here there's a bike, here's someone coming. Guess what the robot will do? You're driving the car,
Mm-hmm.
and the robot could sense a car is coming towards you.
Yeah.
The car in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
car here.
Yeah.
Guess what the robot will do? Guess what its algorithm? Its algorithm will be to slow down,
Yes.
tighten the
Correct.
seatbelt,
Correct.
and brace for impact. It will not stop the car.
Yes.
The human driving the car, you know what they'll do? They say, wow, they swerve, they go and whack this car.
Mm.
Now, whacking this car would have lessened the impact.
Mm-hmm.
Because they whack the car, you blame the person and absorb the impact lah.
Mm.
But robots say, if I swerve and hit that car, I don't know what else impact will do.
Correct.
And there's a legal repercussion of,
Correct.
like, oh, the robot basically hit another car.
Correct.
So what is the moral dilemma of the robot? Should it hit the other car to absorb impact?
Mm-hmm.
Because for the person, I don't care about the car, I care about my life.
Yes.
For the robot, it's answerable to Elon Musk.
Yes.
The car cannot be seen as a car that goes purposely and hit another car because a car came here, because that's the interaction of a human being.
Yeah.
So now you tell me the right thing to do, or what a man will do, or a woman will do is swerve and hit the car on the right.
Mm.
I don't care lah. Even the bike coming behind me, I don't care. I swerve.
Mm.
And in that case, maybe lower the impact.
Yeah.
But here they say, I trust my technology, seatbelt tension, the chassis is good enough, it's okay to absorb the impact.
Yeah. Because robot is, their decision is 1 and 0. There's no, feelings.
It's 1 and 0 multiplied by what is the ethical answer of the car company.
Yeah. And it's very clear one. It's yes or no one.
But yeah, I don't mind yes
Correct.
and, yes and
Yeah,
no
yeah.
based on human decision. But it's yes and no on top of what is good for the company's
Correct.
image.
Correct. Yeah. I get what you mean. Yes.
Tesla cannot be a company that will purposely hit another car on this side to avoid you hitting there.
Mm.
I would, bro, in a blink of an eye. My kids are in the car, it's coming through there. Bro, I will swerve. I see a hole there. I whack through the hole. My family was safe. I will do it. You'll do it too.
Correct.
Correct?
You do
God,
what
there's a tree there. I don't care. I whack the tree, bro.
you do what you judge at that split second
I will do it.
to be the best for everybody.
Would Tesla or any company program that in?
Yeah.
It won't. It can't. Because that means that the car purposely made an effort to go there, because it could be out of 10 occasions, there's a longkang there, you aim for the longkang on the side road, 10 times that happens there. One time you go there, there's a ravine, car fell off a cliff.
Correct.
Can they be whole liable?
I get what you mean, because in that case, right, the safest option from a legal standpoint is for the car to stay put.
Yes.
For the car to stay put.
Yes.
Don't move.
But will you do that?
Of course not.
I won't do that, bro. I'll take a chance. I'll go there.
Yeah.
So that is the whole issue. But if everybody was autonomous, so everybody was self-driving, that thing would happen in the first place.
You're going into very dilemma kind of debate, really. It's like
the reality is, any self-driving car can only be to assist you to drive. It's not for you to rely on its safety.
Yeah, you can't.
And I would think, and I look back on all my previous fellow vendors, accidents, whatever in the past okay, could I have done differently? I always ask myself, an accident happened, could I have acted differently?
Yeah.
And all the time I see, now all my accidents happen, I did exactly what needs to be done. The one that's worse in my mind was my wife now driving the Myvi we were on Kansas Highway going and suddenly the car in front braked.
Yeah.
Brake. She braked also. She braked, and I was the passenger. She was driving the car, and immediately my reaction was I look at the rear mirror. This is me. I'm for some reason when I've been through this. I look at the rear mirror to see what is there. Can I avoid or not? And I could see car coming, coming behind us, going to wreck us lah. I told my wife, car coming, let's be impact. She has stood still, kena, okay, and wreck from behind lah. But of course, hit behind. Then she kena find out that, but the fault was on the rear guy. The point was, I was ready to make a decision to ask her to cut left or right.
Yeah.
In an instant.
Yes.
And I saw this coming, and a car coming there, left, right. I said, no, you can't do anything. I saw the brace for impact. I told that. It's very clear, happened like a few seconds. A computer would not do that.
Yeah. A computer will stay put.
Stay put, because that is the most logical answer, because we have the feature in place to cut that, At other times, when I given that, I have swerved and I went out. And it got worse because the car in front hit the car, like skip one me and hit there, So it happened before. I eventually escaped, So that is just happens. We just been running a lot of times.
Yeah.
We want to see what's the next option, right, to exit out. What's the
option? Yeah. That's why sometimes, right, I however slow the car in front is, I always keep a distance.
I always drive to avoid.
Yeah.
Which is why when I see somebody who's slow in front of me, whatever, I don't care, bro. I overtake them. I go in front of them.
Yeah.
I if they're not out my pace, because whatever car I'm driving, I'm driving a car at that pace.
Correct.
At that gear. You're not on my gear, at my pace. Sorry, goodbye. I will take it and go off.
Yeah. Same. No, it's the right thing to do, right? Let's say, for example, if I'm approaching at my natural speed, right, and the car in front is me, I will okay, I will just hang back. I mean, assuming this is two-way, right? I'll just hang back and I look for an opportunity to overtake. Yeah.
Because it's about also gearing, because at different gears, different torque levels, your car is responsive differently. I cannot be dragging on first gear all the way and follow the traffic, because you are just being this abruptive driver on the road.
Yeah. But I also don't one thing I've learned, I don't follow close anymore. I always maintain at least like a 2 or 3 car length or 4 car length. And if I see and I just wait for my window opportunity and I gun. That's what I do. Sometimes it's like
a game.
Yeah, it's like a game. But you have to, because if I don't want to be like the in the middle of a long line of cars.
Yeah, I think it's the generation. We from a generation where we are always defensive in our driving. People who are younger now, they tend to just I don't get. For example, this is the best analogy. You go to Kansas Highway. What? 8, 10 lanes? 2 lanes here. I see cars, 20 cars there. Then I see it's empty. Have you been that?
No.
Kansas Highway.
Which part of Kansas Highway?
I mean, from Ampang here, always got 10 lanes, got 2 lanes, always packed. Even Sunway.
Usually it's because the car sangkut there cannot clear the
No. There'll be 2 lanes will be packed. The other lanes are also touch and go on that side, be empty or lesser. So I always feel that people have tendency of following the crowd.
Yes.
Oh, it's there, safer, let's go here, Whereas this one is like zero crowd, empty, but it's green. They won't take chance. They won't go there. It's ingrained in them to be a follower.
Ingrained in people in general.
Yes, but the few will see opportunity. Oh, lubang, potong, masuk.
Yeah, actually, that follower now that you mentioned, right, that follower mentality is very strongly built into our psyche, right from school. And I think it's I was reading about this before, last week. It's almost a safety net. We feel safe when I follow in a tribe,
because if I fail, we fail together. And it isn't my fault.
And it goes back to, I think, the tribe mentality. from our ancestors when we were still living in caves.
Mm.
If we leave our tribe, right, tiger can come and eat us.
Yeah, so it's more for the brain to be safe. I must follow this.
Yes.
That I will not die. I will make it to another day. It's ingrained with us. Whereas the few will say like, no, I must go.
Go against the grain.
Mm.
It's actually what I've learned, right, is that sometimes you want to succeed in life, you have to go against the grain and stand.
Thomas Yap is probably one of the best examples.
Yeah, man.
It's not easy.
It's not easy because the thing is that there is that natural tendency in us to want to follow, right? That to break the mold, it's a very counterintuitive thing to do.
That's has been my natural thing from young.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like, I don't know if you have met me or him personal level. Some people come to me and they talk to me, I'll talk to them, I'm like, okay, and then I won't say much and I'll walk away. Some people I talk to them for hours and all that, and I open with. I can't be fake to people.
Yeah.
You know me for a while, I can't be fake.
Yeah, man.
I'm very honest.
And that's your credit. And that's to your credit.
Okay?
Yeah.
At the same time, I feel uncomfortable when I'm requested to be comfortable. What that means is, whenever I find a point in my life whereby I'm comfortable, I get very agitated. I feel restless. You know?
You're one of them action seekers.
I would say action seekers is like, how do you feel if there is something out there in the world that you're scared of? You're scared of. So I'll give you an analogy. I had a fear of swimming.
Okay.
Or water.
Okay.
I took up diving.
Oh wow. When was this?
Many years ago. So when I got married, I took up my diving license. And then until today, I don't swim very well. I somewhat swim, but I dive. I'm an advanced diver, and I do that, like, And now I picked up again formal training, whatever, But yeah, for example, I had a fear of dancing in public. Like dancing, really like dancing in public.
Okay.
It's a big thing. Like not everybody can be so think like, I'll go there and dance in public in a club or public.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult. You know what I did? I picked up ballroom dancing.
Wow.
Merengue, cha-cha, whatever I picked up.
Okay.
And salsa. So I was big in salsa at some point when I was like.
Yeah, you don't have that salsa.
So because I had that whole body.
Yeah.
So
you have that flair.
So I did salsa because it scared the hell out of me. How did they do it? And I did it. And it breaks you down.
Yeah.
So anything that breaks you down, do it. Do it once and do it, and then you only can be better.
Yeah. So
I always do that. Whenever I'm in a job, if I feel comfortable, I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting comfortable now, bro.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of the key tenets of growth, because growth is by nature are always uncomfortable. And such is the reality that we are living right now, right? If we allow ourselves to get too comfortable, first we go into stagnation, and then after that, right, we go into decline.
I don't demerit anybody who's that, because some people say people who have the 200,000 ringgit house, they drive a Proton, comfortable, they got the wife come back on a Friday night, they in the service, a good life, got two kids, whatever, they go to a park, whatever. It's a great life.
Yeah.
And that's you.
Yeah.
I don't judge, I don't whatever. That's you. Some people can't be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not pushing to say it's right or wrong. Whether growth is right also.
Yeah.
I question back, is growth all that?
Yeah.
Is earning more all that?
You got a right point, man.
Because your kids, I think it's about kids lah. Your kids are kids for a very short window, bro. Think about this, up to the age of 14, they are children.
Yeah.
And my daughter is pretty old now lah. After that, they're basically another entity already.
Yeah.
They will come to you, Appa, my finger hurt. Apa, my leg cannot open. Apa, cannot walk. Apa, today they cry to you. Oh, no, calm down, whenever you do that. It's just for freaking 14 years.
Yeah.
And out of 14 years, you take out the first 3-4 years because they can't
grasp what's
grasp.
going. Yeah.
Okay, they can't engage with them.
Yeah.
10 years, bro. Bro, when you are, let's say, 60 years old, and they are, let's say, 40 years old, 30 years old, adults, only the 10 years are here with them,
Yeah.
Now, what's so great about growth? You don't have the 10 years to spend with the kids. What is the big thing about growth or becoming richer or better car, whatever? You don't have that.
Yeah.
So I applaud those who can do that. Some people design like me. My design, at times I speak fast because why? I'm very nervous. My brain is not stable. And it's my flaw in my system, I would say.
It's who you are.
It's a flaw. It's who I am. So it's a flaw, whatever.
Yeah.
But some people are happy what they have. They have a old BMW, they have a Potong Wajah, whatever, they're happy with that. Bro, it's good on you.
Actually, what's the important thing in life is that, right, you be happy with who you are and where you are.
Yes.
And if you are in a place in life whereby, every morning you wake up, you are at peace. You go to bed, you have no worries. You're not carrying any worries to the next morning. You are in a good place.
Yeah.
You are in a good place.
And the whole thing about today, the cars we have now. Wow, 150k BYD. Wow, Neta so cheap. Wow, EV. We got no reason to go to EV, and yet people are buying EVs. And buying their Camrys and Accords to go for that. I'm concerned because we are coming more and more to a consumption-based economy. And
it's what you call it. You're actually bringing me to a very good point, because this is something that I've been working on over the past few months. There are just so many people out there, right, whereby they spend their life and their money chasing the next car, the next house, and circumstances happen, right, that they have to liquidate. For example, could be gonna retrench, or business gone bad, or like our friend suddenly go and offer to go to China, right? Want to sell the car, but shit,
the value.
Aku punya what I can get back is less than what I owe the bank. So it's like sangkut lah.
Sangkut.
So there is something that, like what you say is right. For me, I encourage people to pursue their dreams, right? But the pursuit of that dream, I believe, right, you need to be fully aware of the price that there's always for me. There's a price to pay for everything, one.
Yeah.
And for me, some price are worth paying, some are just not.
Yeah.
And for me, the price of having to top up money to sell my car is a price that I will not pay for. I am not willing to pay for any car whatsoever. That for me is, because it got me thinking to a deeper level, right? A lot of our people who do direct selling, who do insurance, talk about financial freedom, all that, right? But in our role as public figures in the car scene, right? Have we ever, because you're also from finance background, have you ever thought of financial freedom in the context of cars? I'm actually going to do I actually had this idea for a video in this video, and I came to this very, very simple conclusion. What is freedom?
That's a good point. I mean, I've been I've been reading books now, Tony Robbins, and the book is here actually. I began to reassess what is that financial freedom.
Yeah.
What is that? What does that even mean?
For me, in my case, freedom, I define freedom as being able to walk away anytime.
Okay.
Being able, let's say for example, in the case of a car, freedom is that this is a car that, number one, I can afford to own without breaking my bank. And number two, if today I decide I've had enough of the car, I can just drive it straight to a used car dealer. Whatever used car dealer offer me, I can take and I can walk away. The fellow may undercut me, that's a different story, right? But at the very least, right, I'm not in a position of stressing, oh shit, can I sell?
But the car, even if the car, let's say, was below market price, it's always a way to recover. You go for rental or something you can do. I mean, there's something way out of it. And even if the value of it is low, but if you can afford the installment, so I don't see as being able to walk. I mean, this is my definition.
Yeah.
Being able to walk away isn't the definition of freedom for me.
Yeah.
Is the freedom for you to do what you want tomorrow. That is to me the freedom. Example is, let's say I decided I'm doing this X work now, and I want to go to the other work which pays me 30% less, but it's a work I think there's future in. Let's say now I'm doing network engineering, and I want to go to AI. There's a future is there, but maybe a drop in 30% of my pay. I can still afford to pay the installment. The car price is drop or not to me is immaterial. Can I afford to pay the car even with a drop of 30% of my salary?
Yes,
or savings
that is
there?
valid.
Because the whole concept of freedom is no one is actually free. We're all stuck by something. We're all stuck with our mother's words. We're stuck with our wife. We're all stuck. The only question is, tomorrow, can I do something different than today? I'm in a good place of is that I left my full-time job last year. I was a director of finance for many years. And I'm pushing by, I can walk away and then like, you know what, I want to try something different, this workshop. My income has dropped, but I got the freedom. Like, let me show you my true sense of, true definition of happiness. Last week, I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I feel a bit tired. I feel like I need a refresh reset. So I took up my golf clubs, I went to a driving range, morning, and I was
whacking.
Then about half an hour, I'm like, then I went to work, and I said like, shit, this is freedom, bro.
Yeah, it is.
So the fact, the other day, I actually went for a swim. In the middle of the day. Or I went for like, Mark, correct. Mark the other day contacted me last week. He said, how are you doing now? I said, no, I got work, but anything is no, you're free, let's go. So I went with Mark when they said the new iCar. iCar and we went there. And went to LGC, and I had some makan, whatever. I had a beer at, I think it was like 11 in the morning or 2 or 2, like some place I was thinking, if I'm working, no way can I be doing this.
Yes.
So that to me was financial freedom.
Correct.
The very fact that you can take risk, you can take different opportunities, you can pivot. I would say 20 years ago when I started working, I started working 25 years ago, 26 years ago, 27 years ago I started working.
What? It's like you were like the odometer.
I started working 27 years ago, I believe, 28 years ago, okay? And back then to pivot meant I got a pivot, but it's more like, within a year I got a pivot. I can plan and pivot. Because the environment wasn't as volatile. Today, bro, you got to pivot like mad. Things are changing so rapidly with AI and stuff.
Correct.
So the chance to pivot faster now is more important than when you and I will start working.
And it's crazy because when you talk about AI, right? Back 10 years ago, we thought when app development was a thing, right? You need to hire very specialized people, right? You need to know programming and all that, right? So recently, Thomas and I have been dabbling with AI. Fuck, in 2 hours we can produce our own AI.
Correct, own app. And
you can just, all you have to do is just, what you need to really master is how do you talk to the AI, right? So it's
like I challenge you all, look up N8N, the word negeri, number 8N, N8N agent, and what it can do. Go Google up that.
Wow.
You will be shocked, bro.
Wow. I am.
Because basically N8N is basically what I call a AI agent. Basically, you can pretty much do what if scenarios. And it basically becomes like an actual working person to make decisions and
Yeah.
yeah.
What is it called?
N8N.
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 Okay. I just
AI
okay.
agent. So it's
Powerful workflow automation.
yeah.
Wow.
So basically, and you come to a point. Oh, please. Yeah, my wife asking me where is her BM key. Her BM key is in my pocket.
Oh.
I just realized key is here.
Alamak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
So anyway, So yeah, it's crazy, and there are companies out there which basically makes AI agents, and they make the AI agent to a person in their company.
Yeah.
So they replicate their work into an AI agent. They break it down, and they've got people who are the agent, chief marketing officer, whatever, and they build. So imagine you can employ all people work under you, and there are people who are working real life for you, real time, on the clock. And the best part is you make the AI agent to talk to each other.
Yes.
So it becomes an interconnected. Not just you're talking about just automating a task.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like look at some videos out there. They said you can talk to the AI agent through WhatsApp or Telegram.
Correct.
And you can say make me a video. 5 minutes. Use me as the as a sample. And talk to me about what are the pros and cons of entering the engine.
Yes.
And it will go ahead. Build up the facts, insert into the video app. Use your face, your expression, your voice, to create and post it to you in Instagram, whatever for you. All that and you will see it, and it's the actual person. Okay. And then at the same time, you can have another AI agent, which is your quality control, to do quality checks on what can be made better. So it's like basically a staff lah. You have your whole team set up for you. That's the world we're living in now.
You know, the day what do you call it? A few weeks ago, right? A couple of weeks ago, Thomas and I were doing this webinar online. So we actually engaged this agency to build us an AI support, Okay. So it's really like chatting with an actual person.
Yep, it is.
And the person, you can just throw them you can throw the AI random questions. The floor can answer.
Yeah, you can. There is a company in Dubai which has made the whole property agent business out of automated AI person on the phone, answering your calls and talking to you about properties.
Yeah, and the beauty of this is that this is for people in the sales line, right? Is that, or in any business for that matter, these AIs now can be your 24-hour customer service.
So coming back, talk about pivoting lah. So the need to pivot today, it's much better than before on how agile you are to move. If you're stuck with a loan for a car, you pay 40% of salary for a car installment. 40%, let's say, 40% of your net, because they calculate on gross correct? When you start paying, it's a net a day.
Correct.
You are stuck because you can't pivot. You're not agile enough.
Oh yes.
So you lose your agility, you lose your mobility, you lose your ability to move, because you can't take that 3 months break and not work because you feel that the future is into AI or into doing your own business or doing an Instagram account or do whatever it is lah. I mean, I chose the other way. I chose to do a workshop, which is you can't get any more hardcore labor intensive work than that. But that's me lah. Okay. If you can't do that, that to me is not being financial freedom.
Correct. Basically, it is freedom is really being able to live life on your own terms. Right? Right. You like what you said earlier. It's about being able to change direction. Because you saw an opportunity, you wanted to go for it.
And not worrying about consequences or issues or whatever. You got that 3 month buffer. I mean, 100 people out there have got ability to pay their 3 month salary. I don't think many people have that.
It's what you call it. It's tight now lah, and now with prices of cost of things going up, you know, and also, hey, actually speaking of which, right now for you, how are you taking all this, you know, like SSDs and rising costs of doing e-invoicing? How are you taking this?
I mean, I charge cost plus markup. So to me, whatever cost I incur, I just charge the customer the markup. I mean, all I get my bills, you see, you know, I get my bill, I mark up and I sell. So to me, if the customer sector complaint is high, I mean, go somewhere else. I'm not charging based on pre-determined rate.
I'm not talking about costing, but I'm more talking about, you know, the paperwork,
So I have a cloud-based accounting system.
And also in a way, how does it impact your own cost of doing business?
I don't think it impacts much. It probably it forces you to be more organized and more on the cloud. I don't see it as a big challenge. Okay, as long as you have the correct app in place and stuff, I don't think it's an issue. Yeah, not a big concern.
Because I've been on threads, right? There are a lot of business owners who are talking about, you know, how a lot of all these you know, taxes and processes and all that. It really is a challenge for a lot of small business.
Well, I think it's because they don't have the right person advising them. Like myself, how my career was into tax.
Yeah.
So I used to run a tax firm before. I owned a tax firm before. Tax agent. I was also a company secretary before.
Yeah. Now you go back there, big money.
You know what's the funny thing? You know Shankar Sandiran, the guy who's now a chef, but he was also a business consultant before. Fired, but he's a chef, no?
Okay.
But he's a business consultant. So he was like what Thomas does, he's a business consultant, top-notch guy, So for the last 20 years, he was business consulting. He came on BFM, whatever. And the last, I think, few years, he said I tell all my customers to do this, but I myself want taking my own advice for a passion, whatever. So he stopped the consulting firm. He opened a restaurant. That was his passion. So I feel that I'm in the same boat because all my life I advise people how to do business, strategy, tax, the accounting system. So now I'm doing this more because I said I'm taking my own advice.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what essentially it is.
Yeah. Well, I can see that
and it's painful. It's not as easy as what I said before. It was.
Yeah. But I think this business it still lights you up.
Oh yeah. Every day I come to work, I light me up. You know, if anything, I'm in that position now. I need 3 more years, then I'm going to go big. So now I'm just waiting out the time, build skill set, build equipment, build knowledge, you know, and then get my own place. When I'm going to go big, I want to go big in my own physical location. I want to own premise.
What does going big look like for you?
My own premise, my own premise whereby I can have a much more organized workflow, organized workspace. I can invest in the renovation and not get burned. All the businesses out there, they may pay 5K, 10K for their rent. Yeah. But they spend 200K for renovation, correct?
Yep.
Then when the rent goes up, they are burned.
Yeah.
Correct?
You can't take the things back.
But if let's say I own the property, I spend 200K on renovation, doesn't matter. Yeah. It's my own property.
Correct.
Instead of paying that X dollar, I pay for my mortgage.
Yeah. And you know, and what you call it. And if let's say you decide to stop the business, you can still rent out.
Correct. As a fully functional workflow space, workshop.
People will pay premium for that.
Exactly. And I'm already having a property out there which I'm now collecting rent on. I can just sell that and come back. It's just transfer of property.
Yeah.
Can cash out and put here. So to me, is any business or serious, you should own your premise. If you don't own your premise and you are into a very physical store, heavy intensive kind of business, you're screwed.
Yep.
If you are, let's say, a car wash and the setup wasn't heavy to set up, it's okay. Yeah. It's all there already.
Correct, yes.
But if you want to go and set it up, like workshop is all, it's workflow,
no joke, man.
Hoist, this, mechanical, trees wiring, compressors, welders, I have a lot of stuff here. But now I don't spend money on doing up, setup, because why? It's not on my property.
Yeah.
It's a waste. 100K, 200K, all is get burned. All is burned. It's just idiotic to spend that kind of money when it isn't your property.
Yep.
When the property is only worth $1 million plus.
And like you say, it's not yours, right? The moment your rental tenure ends, you don't renew, you can't take it away.
I'd rather get a smaller place for less than 2 million, and then a bigger place that I pay 8K a month.
Yeah, agreed.
Because I pay 8K a month or so, I'm going to spend 200-300K on renovation.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the property and even put 200K or whatever is, it's part of the building. I can mark up whatever, cash out, and do something stuff with it.
Correct.
So that to me, that's going big. Whereby I'm fully committed, I'm invested, I can't get out of it because why? It's my property. I got to work to make the installment that month.
But do you see yourself on track to that vision?
I think I'm on track. There are some hurdles, staffing here and there, but I don't see myself getting out of this track.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't see myself not wanting to have my own place.
So what? Because right now you have been in business for what? 1 year, 2 years, 1.5,
2 years,
right? Where do you when your 2 million property opens up, right? What do you see that place differentiating itself from other players in the market?
I won't take in customers. I won't take in customers.
Then what the fuck you open shop for?
No, okay. Let me define it. That's much more of a punchline. That's the thing they say, oh, I won't begin the video saying I won't take customers. It'll be more based on serving high-end value. So now I learned a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
One lesson is I don't want to take any more all this trim work, fixing this and that, whatever. Now I'm a mechanical, heavy base kind of work. I should be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two is I've done Audis, I've done all this kind of I do. In the future, I want to focus myself to one particular drivetrain. BM and Porsche. That's about it. I won't do anything else.
Okay.
Even if I can, I don't want to. Like JDM, we need a Fan ID.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Trend ZX. Okay. I would not want to go into the line.
The reason being?
Parts not easy to get.
Okay.
They are not a high performance car manufacturer.
Okay.
So when they make a high performance car, they stuff things in. So to get access and do whatever, it's not as well engineered as the BMW. BMW is a performance car. From day one, we knew what we're doing. We know exactly is there. Like for example, there's this guy who's an intern. He's from International. He's studying in UCSI. Doing his degree in automotive engineering. And he came here and he been in Tanjong all that stuff. He said, "How are you?" He said, "Well, bro, I've learned a lot. I put engines up. I learned so much there. But before this, my diploma degree, I didn't learn anything." Okay, so I saw him an engine M54. So this is the car. Engine is here. Why is the engine handled this way? Ask him a question. Why not this way? I think you're an engineer. You're a degree in automotive engineering.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is the engine to the left and not to the right?
Okay.
Now, Con, you're also an engineer.
Yeah.
Car. Answer me the question, Con. Why is it here, not here?
I can't answer. To me, it feels like. Actually, I can't think of it.
Why would the engineers done that way? Now, and the same engine, I have a few questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. The reason they slanted is because of height.
Yeah.
Right. But they could also slanted the other way. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So I can't answer that. Why?
Okay. It's to do with the exhaust and the intake.
Okay.
Intake is be bigger, so the left hand side. Exhaust will be shorter, faster to get out. So it's this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Easier.
But still, they could have mirrored it. They could have done intake on the right side and.
Okay. The other reason is because of torque. Where engine spins this way.
Okay.
That's the reason. Okay. Okay. But that's why is there. Okay. Because I'm asking why.
Oh wait. So engine spins which direction?
Clockwise.
clockwise when you're looking from the front.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Clock.
it.
You know?
Right. So okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Next question. The crank sensor
Mm-hmm.
and the cam sensor.
Mhm.
Sorry, knock sensor
Mm-hmm.
and the crank sensor. So crank
Mm-hmm.
and knock sensor
Mm-hmm.
is on the left side,
Okay.
not the right side.
Uh-huh.
Why?
The crank sensor.
So crank sensor, basically your gearbox
Yeah.
is there
Yeah.
and the sensor is there, the
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
Knock sensor is in between cylinder 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm.
Why is it on the left side and not on the right side? Asking him, he was like in deep discussion. Was like,
Mm.
what the fuck? Why? I said, you have a degree in automotive engineering.
Mm.
Think about this. The German engineers, when they designed this, there's a reason for every single thing you see there.
Yeah.
You must examine and think about this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, at night when I sleep, I think about why they did this. And I get like, I know why now. Why, Con? Huh?
Educate me.
Okay. On the right side is exhaust.
Yes.
Gets very hot.
Correct.
Your knock sensor will get burned up faster. Wear and tear.
Correct.
And also exhaust side, there's vibration.
Yes.
So it will affect your knock sensors.
Yes.
The car can't go to optimal performance if anything that's vibrating on the side to affect the knock sensors.
Yeah.
So they put on the intake side.
Okay. Yep. Intake side is cooler. Yes.
Yeah. Same thing. The cam sensor is hot, so they put on the side. So it's to safeguard the sensors, they put on this side, on the intake side, not the other side. Brilliant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They are so smart, I tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what the article will say? Stupid German engineers to change a knock sensor. I must take out the whole bloody intake. All the work,
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
They curse. F lah, the Germans lah. Open one thing, open one other things. Correct?
Correct.
Everybody curses.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
Because they started all this way, Yeah. But now you think about it,
Makes sense.
it makes total sense. They're so brilliant. There is a bit of poetry in the way they design the thing. It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything they do, from the water pump to the oil filter housing to everything was located. There is a beauty in how they design the engine.
Yeah.
M54 is a beautiful engine. There's a thing about it, and you're like, I get it.
Yeah. So just now you mentioned a preference for BMW and Porsche. So what about why not Mercedes and Audi?
I think Mercedes are engineered crap. And so is Audi. Mercedes engines, Mercedes is a company whereby they are too proud of their design. Their pride is so high. So it's so high, they refuse to take gearboxes from ZF, from ISIN, all that stuff. And their gearbox is shit. Okay? And their pairing is shit. The engineering of how they do the parts and layout, whatever, it is shit. Okay? The intake manifold, plastic, it is shit. Sorry, I can't use shit the word, but it's horrible because they are self-consumed people, egoistic bastards, if you can say that. Okay? So it is great because the pride is there, fantastic. The cars are great, whatever. But because of this egoistic nature, they feel that whatever they do is right. It's our way. Whereas BMW is a poor company. They can't afford to do that. They rely on clusters from Continental. They rely on what they call gearboxes from ZF. They rely on so many external part manufacturers.
Correct.
The company will say, my processor I'll give to you, temperature can go up this much. Any more than that, I won't cover. So you see, they are too dependent on external suppliers for their for their parts. So they have to rely on follow the rules. Correct? When you do that, what happens? They are also modular. They also follow the rules. They also make it easy to access. Everything they do in BMW. Porsche is also good with the engineer because they engineer the things 30-40% way more durable than any car manufacturers. Their only downfall is the gearbox when they relied on Mercedes-Benz in the olden days. Merc gearbox was horrible.
The 993 generation, 996
is stupid gearbox. Okay? And then the PDKs that were perfect. But whatever they did, they over-engineer. They engineer like the crap. It's just crazy. But anybody working on them initially, any other mechanic, they say, oh, why they do this way? Like, example, I showed you lah. Autoclock sensor. Why is it here? There's a reason behind it. If you don't get it, you will curse. You'll curse. So working with all these cars, I find there's a beauty in the poetry of the BMW engineering. There is a beauty in how they do everything in the car. Initially, you won't get it, but when you do it, and you're like, oh, I get it. You know?
What about Volkswagen?
Volkswagen VAG, it's a bit like Mercedes because they are so self-consumed by themselves on the volume of cars they can produce. They have their own way of doing things.
Yeah,
which is great for them. But anybody else working on the car, it is hard.
Yeah, but Porsche also heavily engineered by VW. Not really.
Unless you're talking about the 3.2, 3.6 engine from Audi or whatever. I'm talking about pure thoroughbred Porsches.
So you're not including Panamera and Cayenne lah.
I won't include Panamera,
Cayenne, Macan.
depending on what engine lah, you know. But even like let's say Porsche Cayenne versus a Touareg. Suspension are different. There's some things the car are different.
Yeah.
But it's the same lah.
Yeah.
So Cayenne is, yes, you have that VAG-ness in there, you know. But I'm talking about thoroughbreds like
911, Cayman,
Boxsters, whatever. There's something so beautiful about how they engineer. A lot of people out there who are so-called experts in the Porsches make things difficult, make things so complicated, make things so scary for owners lah. But honestly, Porsches are, any Porsche owner you ask to, go any Porsche owner, they will say, bro, I've had all these cars, reliable.
Yeah.
Ferrari car owners, I'll say, Ferrari, they get out of Ferrari, go to Porsche car, so reliable.
Yeah. Porsche cars are like cars that you can take to track and then drive home the same day. It's meant to be like that.
Yeah. So, and if I want to stand by a brand to work on, why I picked Porsche and BMW was, I accept, I trust, I value, I get passionate, I glow up talking about Porsche and BMW. I won't get the same glow up and talk about Audi. I like Audi cars, but I won't get the glow up working on them. And I won't have the glow. I won't have the passion, I won't have the glow. So I can't be, but if you do Audi, bro, you can afford a Porsche. If I had an Audi workshop, oh bro, I have a few Porsches parked outside lah. Easy peasy, good money. But if you're cursing lah, working on the cars lah, you know. So that's the difference. So I want to be ethical. I want to be righteous. I want to be right lah, you know.
But you know, there are a lot of Audi owners also crying for an ethical, righteous, and right mechanic.
True, but I see Audi in Malaysia will only go down. The pricing point in Malaysia, what they're selling for, it would never be a mainstream car.
Yeah.
It will never be a mainstream car. The future of Audi will be, they'll be a copycat of VAG and Porsche. Half their cars will be a VAG car, a Volkswagen, which is a copycat make an Audi. Half the cars will be a copycat of a Porsche.
So no Audi workshop for Thana lah. Even though when I first got to know you, you were an Audi man.
I mean, I will do Audis lah for friends or people close to me, whatever. But is it what I'm passionate about to work on? I don't think the Audi brand is a thoroughbred.
But you know, the BMW workshop space is quite crowded.
Oh yeah, and I'm totally fine with that. I think the thing is, when you do BMWs, you can do other cars also.
Yeah.
It's not limited, but you must pay to establish yourself.
Yeah.
And you to be passionate, like whatever it is. I think that's the most key thing, you know.
Passion and the passion in what you do, the belief in what you do, and also that you know that you are, that your intentions really is to help and serve people.
Yeah, correct. I mean, who knows? Maybe I might change and do Ferraris or Maserati.
Oh,
if I have one, when I get one.
Yeah, man. Italians is another breed altogether.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing Ferraris lah.
Have you done any Italian cars here?
Maseratis, a few, bit of work here and there. That's about it.
What are they like to work on compared to the Germans?
I think they're very similar lah.
Hmm.
Not as easy as a typical 3 Series or 5 Series, but very similar in engineering. I don't think they are much different. If anything, like for example, how to put it? Italians don't think people abuse the car to that extent. BMW knows whatever they engineer is going to be 50% more than what they engineered the car to be abused for. So they build the car way more than what it's meant for. I had owners who buy they had BMWs, they come in here and I do something on the car and then I drive the car and they're like shit, I didn't know the car to be doing this way. I didn't know you can push the car this way. I said, yeah, totally fine, push it, bro. And they're like, so the expectation when you drive all the Hondas and Toyotas and even Mercedes, whatever, you jump to a BMW, any BMW, you can push the car way more than what you can push other cars.
Yeah.
So that's my feel. Any car, a diesel T2D or 1 Series, whatever, stop the gear, whatever, you push the car, you flick it, whatever, you can push the car way more.
True.
I can't say the same for any other cars. Tell me one BMW which has disappointed you for not being there's a hint of performance.
Actually, you're right. There isn't a BMW. There are a few BMWs that did not impress me, but there isn't any I can think of that has
even the
disappointed.
218 Active Tourer, which is not a performance car, but you can sense the hint of performance there.
Yeah.
So name me a BMW, when they make a car, the noise when they make a car is any car of theirs without a hint of performance.
You're right.
Even the smallest engine they give lah.
Yeah. The 318
or 318, whatever lah. You know?
Yeah. Those are cars that you can you somehow or rather they build all their cars for people to drive hard.
Yes. Harder than what's advertised. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't say the same about Mercedes. Their cars are meant to be driven slower than what's advertised and enjoy the car.
Yeah. Yep. Hey,
Okay.
we've been talking for 1.5 hours. Let's save it for the next episode. So if you have any questions for us, the next time I drop by Thana's shop, let us know in the comment section below. Or if any of what we said over the last 1.5 hours resonated, do comment below as well. And of course, every Monday night, do tune into our live show where you can hit us up for car advice.
Car advice, yes.
Car buying advice, car maintenance advice, all that. All right. So what?
Should we do a live podcast, Estella? Question for you. Answer below if we should do a live podcast.
Yeah. Let us know. Okay. All right. Cheers. See you.
Bye.